What Crossings does for people who are not preachers is that it allows them to hear a good sermon, even if one might not be preached.
All of my imperfections, being smart for generosity.
It's become such a way of life for me.
Crossings is not a sect of Christianity. Crossings is a tool that we use to understand Christianity.
A way of understanding life. It's a lens.
It really is good, and it is something new.
What's appealing to me about the Crossings Conference is theologically, I align where it is. Theologically, in terms of that, how we think about God matters for how we do ministry, and specifically the gospel. It kind of helped. The way he described it to me was it really put the gospel front and center for our own life of faith and for our ministry, and that was really appealing to me. I know I needed that. You know, as a pastor, you need to be reminded of what the gospel is, the good news, what it is for you, and how you can share it with others. So that's what I was interested in. I've been using Crossings as a resource ever since I came to the seminar last year. That was my first time at a Crossings event. And so it helps me to keep law and gospel at the back of my mind when I'm preparing a sermon. I'm hoping to use it a little more, to get a little more familiar and comfortable with the method so I can use it a little more carefully. But I had a professor in college who would talk about diagnosis and prognosis, and now I understand where that comes from and how helpful that can be. What's been resonating with me at this conference has been the conversations with people, kind of the similar struggles we all have. Some of the questions that have been posed, like, is the gospel powerful enough? Is it worth proclaiming? Some of those doubts that you have, it's been helpful to bring those to the surface and then talk about them and to realize, kind of in describing what's going on where we serve in kind of a theological way. The law and the gospel and how that's at work, that this is something that speaks to all of us wherever we are. I think what's been resonating with me is how much people need to hear this, because I don't hear this enough, and that's why I'm here, about God's love for me and for us in Jesus Christ, and why we need that. Well, Crossings kind of shows the diagnosis and teaches you to diagnose the problem in a way that it's, we have a problem with God that's underneath all of these other problems we have in our lives, and it really makes it clear what our need for Jesus Christ, and it kind of reaffirms that to me and kind of encourages me to really believe in that and to go back ready to make that proclamation, central to what I do as a pastor again. There's a temptation in the church today to try to be a lot of different things other than the church, and to become confused about what our identity is as the church, and to stop doing what the church has been called to do, and to try to do other things but not do them as well. And this group for me, or the Crossings group, kind of helps to ground me again in what my vocation is as a pastor, serving the church for the sake of the world, by making the gospel central, and not just one thing that we do among others, but the thing that influences everything that we do.